Hey everybody, this is Farah from Empower DC. I'm here to recap what happened at yesterday's City Council hearing on the 2026 budget and the Rental Act. So we know that coming into this budget season, DC is facing revenue loss. We're going to have less money for programs and services in 2026. We know that the mayor gave the council a budget that did not prioritize low and moderate income residents and in fact slashed critical safety net programs. And we know that lots of you were out there fighting for the budget that DC needs and deserves. So what happened to housing programs? First, a win for the Housing Production Trust Fund. It will have $110 million in 2026. That's an increase. Councilmember Robert White has been pushing to earmark some of that money specifically for existing affordable housing. He didn't get that in yesterday's vote, but we'll be supporting him and hoping that he gets that in the second vote to ensure preservation and critical repairs for existing affordable housing. The Emergency Rental Assistance Program. This is a program that prevents homelessness. It helps people pay back due rent so that they can stay in their homes, and it also helps people leaving homelessness to pay for first month's rent or a security deposit. This program has faced cuts in recent years. It had $63 million in 2024, but this year it only had $27 million. And all of that money was gone in less than a day. The mayor only put $5 million for ERAP in the budget. The council yesterday increased that to $11.5 million. So not at all what we need, but it is an increase, and it was the council showing that they understand the importance of this program. Public housing repairs, we got $52 million over 2 years. Empower DC will be watching to make sure that the Housing Authority uses that for critical repairs in public housing. The Access to Justice program was fully restored so that legal service agencies can continue to provide free legal help for low-income residents facing housing, domestic violence, public benefits, and other urgent needs. And so that groups including Empower DC can continue to do direct outreach and education to tenants who are facing displacement. One issue that didn't get the support that it needed was the Healthcare Alliance. The Healthcare Alliance provides critical healthcare coverage to residents who don't qualify for Medicaid, particularly immigrants. Unless funding is restored, 3,000 residents are going to lose their health care in October. And the rest of the people on the Alliance, 28,000 people, will lose their health care by 2028. So we're going to keep following the Alliance. Another issue that you might have seen that was not the budget, but was a big issue at yesterday's vote was the tipped minimum wage, I-82, which DC residents voted to increase the tipped minimum wage. Chair Mendelson wanted to repeal this promised increase. 7 council members voted against his repeal, but we are going to see this issue come up in 2 weeks at the second budget vote. So if you want to keep advocating and talking to council members about the importance of that increased tip minimum wage. And then the really big issue as well yesterday was the Rental Act. This is a huge bill that covers eviction, public housing tenant rights, and rewrites the Tenant Opportunity to Purchase Act. This was the mayor's legislation, and Councilmember Robert White's committee worked on it. Both the mayor and White wanted this legislation pushed through with the budget. Yesterday, everyone on the council, except for Robert White, voted to delay the vote. We were supporting that delay because we really want to get this right. This is a critical piece of legislation, and we have major concerns around the tenant purchase section, which could remove rights under the Tenant Opportunity to Purchase Act from a huge number of DC residents, specifically low and moderate income residents. So I'm going to do a part 2 to this video that really talks about TOPA and the Rental Act. So next steps. The council will be having a second vote on the budget and will be considering the Rental Act again on July 28th. So you can join us there in person at the City Council. You can also call the council and tell them to reject the changes to the Tenant Opportunity to Purchase Act that are in the Rental Act. And you can email the council using our email action at bit.ly/no rental act.